All right, man. Let's talk about how Michigan just defeated Ohio State. It was a good game. Let's talk about it. Thumbs to the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notification, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Lived up to the hype. A lot of people saying that. One second, my bad. But a lot of people going around saying that Ryan Day might be in a little bit of trouble. Um, but Michigan did their thing today. Sharon Morse, the offensive coordinator, stepped in as the interim coach for the last game. Jim Harbaugh's suspension, and he came in and did a hell of a job. All right. Um, and played sound, disciplined offense and defense coming out of half. That was just a chink they had in their armor. Where Ohio State took a page out of Michigan playbook and just start ramming it down Michigan throat. Pause. And like I said, I don't think a lot of people kind of like that. You coming out the locker room and they just, we get the ball first, they get the ball, and they come just do their thing. I don't think a lot of people like that. But hey, man, for the most part, they got it together. I don't feel like the defense should have been that wore out coming out the locker room, especially watching the offense, you know, uh, do their thing or whatever. But that's just what it was. But that's really the only chink they showed in the armor. Marvin Harrison Jr., Maserati Marv. That's what Gus Johnson calling him. I mean, he big time player, bro. So they was, able to, he had 118 yards on 5 catches. That's a lot, but I mean, you know, there were some calls in there where people gonna say it was controversial. The Roman Wilson touchdown, but the officiating crew was very, very consistent. Even going back to the fumble, uh, when Ohio State had the ball to close out the game, he did, take like 2 steps, and I guess you can classify that as a football move. I think that may be more of the National Football League sort of thing, but yeah, he took a couple steps, and at the end of the day, I could see why they said. And the Roman Wilson thing, he caught the ball, he broke the plane, in my humble opinion. Um, and I think that was good enough, you know. So so there was a couple calls there, but for the most part, Michigan played a good game. McCarthy seemed like he saved his extra legs for for this exact moment. And like I continue to say, man, Michigan, found a way. When they need explosive plays, they manufacture them. When it's time to grind it out, and they put a hat on the hat. They find a way to put a hat on the hat, and they find a way to get it done. But continuing on, um, Ohio State, they found some success here and there, but maybe that Accord kid may not be uh the quarterback they're looking for. Urban Myers kind of went more with mobile quarterbacks, and it seemed like Ryan Day kind of going more with um he kind of going more with the quarterback of, the more passing type quarterback. So um this dude, I think his name Andrew McCord, he got better. Kyle McCord, excuse me. He got better as the year went on, especially early on. He looked pretty pathetic. And Trayvon Henderson, since he got healthy, he gave them a different look. But both run defenses were stout. They had their little lapses here and there. But Michigan just played a grinded out, wear you out type of football game. And the difference was you had no turnovers to 2 turnovers. That's the difference. You had no turnovers to 2 turnovers. They both protected their quarterbacks pretty well. Both recorded a sack. But the difference was Ohio State turned the football over. 2 picks. And that fumble could have easily bounced completely another way. It could have bounced completely another way. So that's something also I think people need to kind of chew on. That fumble could have bounced completely a whole different way. you know, and that could have been over then. But he throw the ball to Marvin Harris Jr. They come on like a linebacker, come on the blitz, um, hit Kyle McCord, um, and then he throw a duck. And people had a lot of excuses about Michigan, signal scandal, and they went into the toughest part of that schedule, and they won. They went to the toughest part of that schedule and they won. So you put that to bed, and inconveniently, all this came out. Conveniently, all this came out when right as they went out to their toughest stretch, they last 3 games. All of a sudden, now people want to bring this up, and it's not by design. You know what I'm saying? And the guy that caught that pick, what was his name? The Cardi boys out of Michigan. So I mean, they doing their thing. Forget the dude's name who caught that interception. I don't think they got a name on there. They ain't record picks, but man, that was a big pick. Looked like he might have dropped it, but he was pretty sure he caught that ball. He was pretty sure he caught it. And McCarthy, what's that? 3 in a row versus Michigan State, or 2 in a row? I think it is. He the first quarterback to win consecutive games. Excuse me, versus Ohio State. 2 in a row Ohio State. He the first Michigan quarterback to win consecutive games over Ohio State since Albus Gerback. 1991. Oh, I should go back. Gerback had a solid NFL career too. But yeah, they found a way to grind it. Ohio State tried to take a page out of theirs and grind it. But it just seemed like Ohio State had a drop off in premier talent this year, other than Marvin Harrison Jr. They didn't have the Joey Bosa's, they didn't have the Chase Young, or they didn't have the Garrett Wilson to go along Marvin Harrison Jr. or the Chris Olave or the Chris Gamble. It seemed like they kind of like you're probably starting to see some drop off in recruiting from Urban Myers to Ryan Day. But Michigan in the navy blue uniforms today, that shit looked dope. But should Ryan Day get fired? I mean, he lost to an interim coach, Sharon Moore. If he don't get fired, he on the hot seat. I wouldn't necessarily fire him. I mean, where you gonna go? You left Luke Fickell go to Washington. Brett Bierman went to Illinois. I mean, you want Jimbo Fisher. I mean, you gonna go to the league and find somebody. Then who's the next best guy? You're not gonna rehire Urban Meyer. So you got to ask yourself that who's the next best guy? Do you try to take Luke, the guy from USC that they coached at Oklahoma, try to get him? I doubt it. UFC, Ohio State, UFC. Come on, you gonna be out there in Southern California. Chip Kelly post that got fired. He has a similar style to Urban Myers, but Urban Myers is just a better college football coach. Chip Kelly probably was a better professional coach, quite obviously. But so yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, Ryan Day maybe need a little boost in recruiting. But he definitely switched it up this year, tried to run it, tried to do some different things, and seemed like Harbaugh and company, Sherrone Moore today and company had his number. But for Michigan in general, good win, look good in navy blue uniforms today. They didn't turn the football over; they forced turnovers, and that's what the recipe is. You ain't got to throw for 300-400 yards. If you take care of the football, you convert in third downs, you scoring touchdowns over field goals. And then there was another big one at the end of the game where, at the end of the half, where the kicker hurried up and kicked it as a practice shot, made the three, and then turned around because Sherrone Moore caught a timeout. Turned around and then missed the kick right before the half. So that played some psychological warfare right there and too. But Michigan go on to play Iowa. Probably Marvin Harrison probably not gonna play in the bowl game. Probably the best or one of the best college football players right now. The Bears probably try to target Caleb Williams and try to target him as well because they had the Carolina Panthers #1 pick. So there was like 20 plus scouts there today to scout a lot of these kids today. So I think that's very important. But like I said today, man, Michigan played. They forged an identity. Um, at one point he tried to get Diamond Peoples Jones, Nico Collins, Tyree Black. He tried to get explosive receivers down the field. I think he's just getting receivers to fit what they do at Michigan. And they trying to get big uglies up front. Shout out to the center who got injured. What's his name? Zach Zenner. Hopefully it ain't too bad, even though he got rushed to Michigan Hospital. But yeah, they got to grind it out type of style. I think the next evolution for them is to start getting those explosive playmakers on the edge, but you don't really want to force the identity and start just finding and forcing ways to get them the football. You still want to grind it. But like I said with Ohio State, man, right now, Harbaugh, Sherrone Moore got Ryan Day number. So I think he'll still be the head coach this year. But I think he got one more year to get it together. And if he don't get it together, he gonna be on the outside looking in for sure. He gonna be, trying to coach at a lower level school or go to high school or whatever. So we gonna have to wait and see, man. But at the end of the day, um, uh, you know, it is what it is. They beat on us for a long time, so we trying to, keep a streak going. So thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you think in the comment section for more videos like this. Check out the College Sports Talk playlist. Peace.